So Jacob called the place Peniel, saying, "It is because I saw God face to face, and yet my life was spared." Unveiling the face of God. This one is good. Jacob says Peniel means face of God. Peniel means the face of God. So we can say unveiling Peniel. Unveiling Peniel. If you look here, Jacob saw the face of God. And what did he receive by seeing the face of God? And he was spared. Remember, God said, "You cannot see me and live." So that should make you know that there are people who see God, and there are people who cannot see God. Jacob his name was changed from Jacob to Israel, meaning triumphing over, he says, because you struggled, meaning because you struggled with God and with men and have overcome. So his name was changed from Jacob, which means deception and struggles, into Israel, meaning overcomer or the blessed one. There are those who define atheism, meaning struggling with God. So when you see the face of God, your identities will change. Your values and virtues will change. Your energies will change. At this encounter, Jacob, actually, the Lord touched the socket of his hip. He started limping as a token of mark that he is now an overcomer. The question is this: how did Jacob position himself to encountering the face of God? Because through this story, he is saying that a man appeared and fought with him. This was a serious war. And he fought and fought. And when the end of this battle ended, Jacob said, "I saw the face of God face to face. And I was spared. I did not die." So he realized, oh, so God lowered himself, or God sought a manifestation formula that Jacob could experience at his level as a man. Because you know God is almighty. Fighting with the man, there is no battle here. He would have just crashed automatically. But God is the one who was looking for a manifestation formula that Jacob can handle. So the question is the positioning of Jacob. And if you read verse 22 of Genesis 32, that night Jacob got up and took his 2 wives, his 2 maidservants, and his 11 sons, and crossed the ford of the Jabbok. After he had set them across the stream, he sent over all his possessions. So Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him till daybreak. And that is what he said: Peniel, I saw the face of God. I saw God face to face. He's not even saying the Lord, he is saying God himself. And this is the point. If you want to see God, you must separate yourself How many separations? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 levels of separation. He took his 2 wives. Separation. He separated himself from his wife. So separation from the marriage. What does that mean? And that one is key. Because through the marriage, the energy of divination was functioning in him. Because these were daughters of a diviner called Rabban. And remember, one of these daughters called Rachel had carried the idols, the household gods of her father. So you need to do that. Separate yourself from marriage spirits that can compromise your positioning in encountering God. And this area is major. Because 2 are inseparable. But if you want to see the face of God, you must go beyond the marriage. Separate yourself from your 2 wives. So today is not 2 wives, it's wife. Separate yourself. Not in literal separation. But this is separation in the presence of God. Whereby that's why you remember in Exodus 19, he told them, if you want to see God, you must abstain from sex for 3 days. Number 2, he also separated himself from his maid servant. This is what we call soul ties separation. Because these were his maids. They were not his wives. They were his concubines. That had been brought on board because of the childbearing complications of Rachel and Leah. That competition. And that now speaks of the soul tie. Because Rachel and Leah speaks of the marriage covenant. And Bilhah and Zilpah speaks of the soul tie. So you must separate yourself from any external sexual complications. Because that one is enough to limit you from seeing the face of God. He made them cross over the other side of the ford of the Jabbok. Number 3 is he separated himself from his 11 sons. You are on children. That is why when Paul he was teaching Timothy about those who should become deacons and bishops, he told them that they must make sure that their children respect them with the proper honor. That is 1 Timothy 3 and verse Gabi and verse 12. A deacon must be the husband but one wife, and must manage his children and his household well. And if you read verse 5, verse Gabi, verse 4 and 5, 1 Timothy 3 verse 4 and 5, he must manage his own family well and see that his children obey him with the proper respect. If anyone does not know how to manage his own family, how can he take care of God's church? So Jacob, to experience God, he had to separate himself from his children, because children, your love for them and all that can compromise you experiencing God. What does that mean, children? Because it is diverse, is more than physical children. And as a pastor, you need to go beyond the control of the human society. And then he separated himself from material possessions. He made his possessions to cross over. For you to see the face of God, you must detach yourself from materialistic greed, material possession greed, love of money. Not money, but love of money. That greed. Jacob, to see the face of God, he had to remain alone. He was left alone. The way he came from his father's house, alone. He stood there in the night, alone. And God appeared. And he said, I saw God's face. I saw God face to face. And he called it